is the other side of the opioid epidemic. People who say they need medication in order to manage their severe pain, but they're not able to get it now.
The group, many of them who didn't want their faces shown for fear of judgment from doctors and employers, gathered at the Capitol today as part of a national protest against CDC guidelines intended to stop the opioid crisis. Our Amanda Quintana reports.
I've stopped doing Meals on Wheels. I've stopped doing volunteering at church. I've stopped doing all kinds of things because I can't do it no more.
Ron Belansky is one of many forced to live with chronic pain. With spinal stenosis, neck and back issues, he's been getting by for years until his doctor cut off his opioid prescription in January. He says because he's being grouped with those falling to the opioid epidemic.
I've worked hard all my life, and now all of a sudden I'm being accused of everything under the sun that's rotten, that's bad in life, and doesn't make sense.
He's part of a group protesting the treatment of people who need opioids for pain relief.
Just because I have a prescription to help manage my lifelong incurable condition does not make me an addict. And that's where the stigma needs to get broken. Now, the addiction epidemic, completely different topic, vitally as equally as important, but that's not exactly our cause here today.
Mia Masak runs a support group called Keeping Our Heads Up for those living in pain, including her mother, who says she has herniated discs and broken and missing vertebrae.
I used to be able to get a shot for it. They told my insurance stopped paying for that, so I went and asked for medication for the pain, and they treated me like I was a drug addict, and they wouldn't help me.
The group is hoping to bring attention to the punishment they say the fight against opioids has put on them, saying the pendulum has swung too far and it could be pushing people to suicide or towards illegal drugs.
A lot of these responsible, legitimate people, that now that they're not got any place to go, they're going to be starting to look on the street.
Amanda Quintana, WISC News 3.
Meanwhile, Dr. Mara of SSM Health feels these guidelines are there for a reason.
Patients that have been on opiates for many years suddenly feel like, what am I to do without these opiates? Because this is what's kept me functional or in less pain. And so, yes, I feel the movement is warranted, but I also feel like it's a give and take process. We need to treat patients safely. That doesn't necessarily mean opiates, but there is a time and place for opiates.
In 2016, the Department of Health and Human Services says 11.5 million people misused their prescriptions, and because of that, an average of 116 people died every day.
There is more to come on News.